recently made these wrestling awards for my son and two of his teammates for making it to state. Today I'm going to show you how I designed them in Carbide Create for the CNC, and that's how we do it. The first thing I need to do is get an image I want to make and turn it into an SVG. We go to Google and type in what we're looking for. In this case, Wrestling Shooting SVG, and select the image that you want and save it. We're now going to open Inkscape. This is a free software that you can download. I import the image by selecting it and moving it into Inkscape. Select the image and go up and select Path. And in the drop-down menu, select Trace Bitmap. A window will open up on the right with your image in it. Select Apply and a vector image will be created. Select the vector image and move it off to the side. Delete the original image and move the vector image back and save it. Then go to Carbide Create. You can also use the import area and trace image in Carbide Create, but I often use Inkscape to get a cleaner image. But Carbide Create will work too. The first thing I did was make a grid size the same size as the acrylic piece I want to be using to engrave on. I will be using a piece of 3.8 millimeter thick acrylic that is 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. We will be engraving with a 90-degree spring-loaded diamond drag bit. After selecting the size of my material, I make a box matching my material size to go around the outside. This is because I plan on turning my material on a diagonal to have it engraved in a diamond type shape. So I'm creating a box so I can turn it and design my project as it will look when it's completed. I can then turn the project back square so I can engrave on it. This prevents me from having to design everything on an angle. I import my SVG image and move it off to the side. I then turn the box I created into my diamond shape. I resize and center my image. To make sure my text is curved properly around the center of my project, I place a small circle in the center. I then select the text tool to create my text. Enable arc and change the alignment to center. I find the spacing I like between my letters and move it into place. I then bring the center of the text into the center of the circle I created. I create a straight line for guidance. I place the line in the center of the box and line up the text onto the line to ensure it is centered and straight. I continue this process with the rest of my curved text at the top. I then add the name at the bottom and make sure it is centered. I do the same thing for the text on both sides of the image, making sure it is centered from top to bottom. I know I will be drilling holes in the corners to attach the stainless steel standoff screws to my wood plaque. So, to make sure everything is even, I'm going to make guide marks on the acrylic to show me where to drill. I first make a square around the outside again to make sure things will snap into place easier. I make another small square and snap that into place in one of the corners of the large square. The standoff screws I'm using have a cap diameter of 1/2 inch. So I will make 2 circles. The first one has the radius of 1/4 inch, which will represent the cap of the standoff. The second circle marks where I should drill through the acrylic to anchor the acrylic into the standoffs on the plaque. I place the small circle into the center of the larger one. I place the 2 circles into the center of my square. I then copy this and place it into all 4 corners of the larger square. Now that everything is aligned, I delete the smaller squares. I group all the circles together and delete the larger square. In order to ensure everything will line up evenly, I make another straight line and place it on the horizontal center. I then group everything but the circles together so I can turn it into place. I rotate the project back into a square position and snap it into place. Now I make necessary adjustments to the text to make sure that the text will be properly spaced and not end up under the 1/2 inch cap of the standoff screw. Since I moved the text, I recenter it. I then remove the lines I put in to help me center the project. I also remove the outer circles and of course the circle that we placed in the center for the text, which I will do in just a second. I then select everything to be engraved. I select the pocket toolpath and my diamond drag bit. I set the max depth to 0.05 inches. I then select everything and invert it, so everything will be etched backwards. This will put the etching on the back of the acrylic, leaving the surface smooth to the touch and also giving the engraving a little bit of depth. And that is how I created this file to be carved on a diamond shape. If you want to see how I made the final project, check out the link in the description below. I have also used this technique to build a scout rank board for our local scout troop. There is a link in the description below to a quick video on that build also. Thanks for joining us today. I've included links in the description for items used in today's video. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like and subscribe button so we can get more content out to you. If you didn't like what you saw, smash that thumbs down button twice to really let us have it. Until next time, this is John for That's How We Do It, brought to you by Rustic American Woodworks.